Hello, good morning, good afternoon, welcome. I'm very pleased to be joined by Tim Podesta. Tim is a subject matter expert on investment case for hydrogen and also project development best practice. So you've been working on the World Hydrogen Leaders platform, delivering some of your courses, your very popular courses for the last, I think, 3 years now.
This is my third year.
Yeah. So yeah, can you give us a little bit of an introduction to your background and how you came to sort of World Hydrogen Leaders, and then maybe we can talk a little bit about some of the themes or and issues that you cover in your work on the platform and in your courses.
Yes. So my background is I'm an engineer, did commercial management working for BP, and completed my time as a program manager working in group policy around projects. And during my 35-year career, I developed and enjoy exploiting my expertise around investment analysis, project development best practices. And the opportunity came up, a conversation we had, Nadine, 3 years ago. And I was looking for a place where I could apply that experience, that expertise. And I've been following the world of decarbonisation quite strongly, particularly in the understanding of my areas of expertise. And there was a sort of moment of opportunity to actually focus more on hydrogen, which in its own right is very similar to projects and working in gas businesses as I've done in the past, but now the opportunity to apply that to focusing on hydrogen for the future. And hence I developed the 2 courses I run, master classes, and also helping out at conferences, which I love doing.
Perfect. So in terms of, I guess the first area, I guess, is investment case for hydrogen.
Yes.
Clearly there is a widening potential usage case for hydrogen, and I guess a lot of risk associated with that, and I guess the idea of the investment case and proving that is coming from your own experience of getting projects through investment committees within BP, and what are some of the scale of the capex expenditures at an oil major like BP, and what is some of that experience, and how is that, say, transferable for hydrogen?
Well, my premise is that hydrogen is no different from any other, what I call industrial style business. And there are many opportunities that hydrogen is looking at, so there are many potential areas for investment case. But at the end of the day, it comes down to a solid understanding what that case is. Any case presented, whether it's a small one based on a site project or a larger one based on a mega global project, needs to have a strong foundation in terms of a business case. It then needs a strong foundation in terms of economics, understanding the cash flows, the economic drivers, and most importantly, the assumptions. And both of those things I bring out in the courses I run. And then the third thing is actually then applying it to particular cases. And a lot of those cases I can see strong parallels with the cases I was developing and helped develop, and as you say, get through board approval in the past, particularly around gas business and refining type projects. So there are very strong parallels and to what those sort of companies are doing today when they're looking to invest off their balance sheet.
Yeah. What sort of investments are we talking about? Historically they were sort of in the 10s and 20s, and how far up do
so
projects
for
go?
a refinery project, 10 to 20 to 50 million, depending on the scale of the new unit. And in today's context, that would be a new electrolyzer with associated plant, or a new steam methane reforming plant with carbon capture. That's probably in the next level up, which is probably you're getting towards sort of several hundred millions of dollars or pounds or euros. And then the ultimate, which is some of the gas projects I was involved with in the past, we're looking at billion-dollar investments in gas fields, places like Algeria. And actually what's interesting today, some of the investments in hydrogen will be looking at investing in hydrogen production in places like Algeria. The markets are similar. It's pipeline potentially into Europe, to Italy, where we are today, and maybe even through other routes, through as ammonia, but those are the big scale billion-dollar projects.
And in terms of the, I guess, differences between, say, the oil and gas and the hydrogen industries we're looking to build it today, I mean, there's some commonalities, but equally some differences. What are your thoughts around that from the lens of looking at it from an investment case?
Yes. So 2 big differences. One is the the need for technology to work and to be scaled up in the new world of hydrogen. And the second one is the integration, particularly with renewables.
Right.
And also with working with infrastructure companies as well. And for an oil and gas company with a particular culture, these are different industries with different ways of working, and that's one of the challenges that we're seeing today. And oil and gas companies are having to learn to operate like renewable investors.
Yeah.
But the renewable investors are having to understand how to work at scale and deliver mega projects, which is what oil and gas companies know how to do.
I guess there's kind of a different culture from, say, electricity to gas, and essentially with renewable hydrogen specifically, that's trying to bring those two worlds together.
Indeed, and understanding of the challenges of working with infrastructure, whether it's electrical infrastructure or sort of gas infrastructure. There's quite some challenges, both in terms of those organisations working together and in the style of investment. Your typical renewable or electricity investment is you'd be looking for a utility return, but then you'd be working with PPAs, power purchase agreements. Whereas the world of oil and gas, and maybe there's a hope that hydrogen one day might have a fluid market, and therefore you might be able to do projects on the basis of there being a market price for hydrogen, which could be could be maybe not as advantageous as oil, but certainly gas, based on its alternative market for gas. Hydrogen, you could argue that hydrogen could command a good price in the future.
Yeah. And on the development side, of the development best practices, what are some of those? I guess there's some universal rules to project development, but is there equally some specific rules that are beginning to become apparent within hydrogen, specifically or gas?
So best practices around projects generally would require doing good planning and putting together the right people, the right team, having the right understanding of value, such that you're choosing the right project. And you've got a decision process which will take you to the choice of the right project, and equally making sure you don't choose the wrong project. Then having done that, going through the planning phase, the other side of the coin on best practices for projects is setting yourself up to do the project right. Have you got the right contracts in place? Have you got the right team to deliver? And particularly, are you going to be able to build you're building something which will operate and deliver the output as required?
Fascinating stuff. And I mean, in terms of the courses, obviously there are a number of them now. How's the engagement and what's the sort of learning environment like? And do you think we're successfully helping to build that sort of skill base? And I guess there is ultimately a demand for capacity building and developing the skill sets of the
So I work very closely with engineers. I'm a mechanical engineer by background, and with project managers. I'm a member of PMI and APM, so I'm a great believer in encouraging people to develop their skills in those areas, and as part of that, to develop awareness of the economics of projects, understanding of value. So my investment analysis course has that as a premise, that there's an opportunity to sort of share my skills. And then in terms of project management best practices, project development best practices, it's the principles of project management that I'm looking to encourage, and for people to look to develop their capability and competence such that the projects which are done are the right ones and they get done right.
Perfect, excellent. Well, we very much hope we're helping, and you certainly are helping in terms of getting the message out, helping to raise the level, make sure that we're producing good quality projects, and obviously making the investment case. Ultimately, the industry can't obviously live off subsidies, but it needs to economically drive hopefully new products, new green molecules which are going to make profit. So it's fascinating to talk to you, Tim. Thanks for your work.
Thank you.
Look forward to listening to one of your future courses.
Thank you, and
enjoy delivering them. Thank you.
Thank you.